Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. My name is Dan Amadori. I have the pleasure and the privilege of serving as the chair of the Markham Stouffville Hospital Foundation, and so I get to preside over this happy event, this wonderful event. It's a pleasure to say hello to all of you, to make some new friends this afternoon, and to come together as a community to celebrate just a wonderful event. We're here to acknowledge the wonderful generosity of the principals of the Times Group Corporation. I hope I've got all of you here, Hashem, Saeed, and Ali. And have I missed anyone? So we're represented by these three great individuals, and we come here to acknowledge your generosity again and your leadership as we embark on some very exciting times at the hospital. As we all know, we're at the front end of a program that will run a number of years now as we redevelop this hospital and make it bigger and better and more attuned to the needs of our community. And your leadership early in this campaign that we're beginning to roll out is a wonderful model for other developers and for the community at large. And we are really the cultural mosaic, if I can use the expression, for our community here is a rich, robust, very diverse one. And we're very, very pleased and very proud that you have come forward early in our campaign as leaders and as representatives of your communities. And we thank you sincerely. That's the message I wanted to convey. I'd like to call Gerard Gervais, who is chair-elect of our hospital board, to say a few words. But from the foundation, again, a very sincere thank you and congratulations and good wishes. So thank you.
Thanks very much, Dan, and welcome everyone. I've got two messages, one from our president, one from the board. Janet Bede's on her way to Italy or in Italy right about now, otherwise I'm sure she'd be here. She did, however, email in a message, and I'd just like to read it for you. I'm sorry I cannot be with you in person to thank you for your support of the hospital. I know that the staff and board members will represent us very well. Providing hospital care is challenging in today's world, and while we are fortunate that many families and patients thank us for our work, a donation such as yours represents a confidence and belief in our abilities. I want to add my appreciation for this message. It means a great deal to us. So thank you from Janet Bede, our President and Chief Executive Officer. As Dan said, I'm the incoming chair of the board, so on behalf of the board and the physicians and staff, both medical staff and administrative staff of the hospital, I too would like to extend our thanks. The hospital, as you can see, still looks like a young hospital, but in fact it was built about 20 years ago. And it was built to service a population of about 77,000 people. And Markham, as you know, and thanks to your contribution, Markham's now over 300,000 people. So for us to get the expansion underway is a great need, and the people in Markham and Stouffville are really looking forward to us breaking ground and getting going. Donations such as yours, such a generous gift, sets a standard for our other corporate citizens, and it certainly is a huge amount of money for us to say we've got this committed, and when we go down to Queen's Park, the message will be we have outstanding corporate citizens in Markham, and they're going to stand behind our efforts to build a new hospital and expand the existing hospital that we've got. So it sets a new tone for the rest of the people in the community, sends a great message downtown, where of course they want to make sure that we've got enough money here to get our project off the ground and finished. So we really want to extend our heartfelt thank you for this donation to getting our fundraising underway. Thank you very much on behalf of the board, and I'll be taking that message to the board.
Thank you for this explanation, Mr. Gervais. He just added the Times Group fee. Very fortunate for this opportunity to give us to able to help the expansion of the hospital. We also want to congratulate to Mr. Frank Spezzi, Mayor, and Mr. Peter Mason for their work on this important campaign. Thank you.
I gotta come up whether it's my turn or not. So
You're late again.
I feel like I'm at a council meeting and just someone's waiting for something to happen. First of all, let me just welcome everybody to what I think is one of the most greatest days that we've had in the town of Markham, when someone steps forward to make this type of contribution to the Markham Stouffville Hospital. It's a great day for us. And before I make sort of some formal remarks, I just want to introduce some members of council who've managed to skip away, and I hope we're going to deduct this time from their salaries. I'm not sure, but they're all leaving. But I want to thank them because they work hard, and they've been at this from this morning, and we won't finish till probably 10 o'clock at night if we're lucky. And I want to thank them for coming here and being a part of this celebration. So we have Regional Councillor Gordon Landon is here. Gordon, welcome. Thank you very much. Lead Councillor Alex Chu. Alex, welcome. Second Councillor Logan Kanapathy. Logan. Third Councillor in this area of the world, Ward 5 Councillor John Webster. And we have Ward 4 Councillor Carolina Moretti is here. I've got all of the council. We also have some members of our staff as well from the town of Markham. And if we have any success in our municipality, it's I think because of the strong leadership that we get from council, and then also the wonderful way in which our staff works with us and is able to policies that we put in place. And we've got two individuals who've been part of our landscape in the town of Markham for quite a while, some longer than others. And the one that's been there probably the longest so far, Commissioner of Development Services, Jim Baird. Jim, welcome. And also our Commissioner of Corporate Services, Andy Taylor, is also here. Welcome, Andy. And I'm so pleased that he could break away from all his duties down at Queen's Park, but Reza Moridi, who is here, MPP for Richmond Hill, and I know a colleague and friend in the community. Reza, thank you very much. We appreciate you coming over to Markham Stouffville Hospital, and I know he's been a colleague and a friend of the community for some time. I also want to mention Peter Mason, who's over there, who is my co-chair for the Capital Campaign. And Peter, thank you. Well, we'll have many opportunities to thank Peter, but when I was asked to take on the fundraising for the Capital Campaign, Peter was certainly on top of my list as someone that I wanted to work with. I didn't want it to be all on my shoulders, and thank goodness that Peter has broad shoulders as well, and we've really appreciated your leadership and guidance as we move forward to raise the money. And Dan Amadori, who's been up here, who has been part of our community for many years, has sat on the hospital board, has been part of the foundation, and now chairs the board of the foundation. We're sort of here to try and help collect a little money for the expansion, but I can tell you that Dan and his board and the staff at the foundation, headed up by Suzette, do a wonderful job of continuing to get out there and tell this community the needs that the Markham Stouffville Hospital has and how those needs have to be met by financial donations. So I thank you for all the great work that Dan, the board, and the staff do at the foundation. Great job, and keep going. Because the more they raise, the less we have to do. You realize that, okay? So just keep on going whenever you get a chance. To Gerard Gervais, who's been part of our community also for many years and has had an interest in the hospital at so many different levels. You got your training probably with the Legacy Run. Training. It is a very good word, and the way in which you really brought the community together along with other volunteers, was really amazing, and the Legacy Run has been part of the landscape here. But now to have you as, when is your inaugural meeting here?
Next one.
We want to be there for the swearing in and see, raise your hand and all that stuff. But Gerard has been, he's just one of those guys that provides the leadership, doesn't make a whole lot of noise about it like some politicians do once in a while. He just goes about his work, gets it done, and does it in a very professional style. And I think you saw just a glimpse of that when he was up here at the podium. Gerard, thank you for the leadership that you provide in our community. To the staff here, and I wish Janet was here and I was in Italy, but to Janet, to the doctors, the staff, this hospital has had a great reputation, not just in our community, but throughout the province, and it's because of the committed staff that we have here at the hospital. And any one of us who has had anything from a broken toe to whatever else we've had to contend with in our families, we know that when we walk through the front door here at the Markham Stouffville Hospital, we have a group of committed professionals that look after not just our residents, but whoever needs that attention in our community. So thank you to all of you. But today is really about a big thank you to the Times Group. And when you have Hashim, Saeed, and Ali here, and I know that some others couldn't make it today, but they're certainly part of your success. It's a way of saying thank you, but to recognize the outstanding contribution that they've made to our community in so many ways. So before I get to the money, they truly represent, I think, what Markham is all about today. And just a few weeks ago, Census Canada came out, and we now have the highest percentage of visible minorities in all of Canada, the most ethnically diverse community in all of Canada. And something I've said on many occasions, that we have really called people, in many respects, from all corners of the world. They've come here in many instances to create a better life for themselves and for their children, their grandchildren, and in this particular case, to come to a better situation than what was left at home. And in doing so, we're now seeing the successes, and we're reaping the rewards in our community for having called people from all corners of the world to contribute to their community and to their new country. And I don't think there's a finer example, more recent example, where we've had new immigrants come here. Hashim came in 1983, and I didn't do the whole scan of when the rest of the group came, but to think that in a matter of 15 years, they came here with a skill set, with a lot of experience from their homeland, and have been able to turn that around into a very successful company here in the Greater Toronto area. And the nice thing about it, not only have they achieved success, but they're also setting new benchmarks. Times Group was the first development company to come forward in the town of Markham to do a LEED building. And they partnered also with the University of Toronto, so that while they're going through what many would consider mundane as they drive by any construction site, there's going to be engineers from the University of Toronto that are going to learn from the experience that the Times Group is having at their site at Town Centre Boulevard and Highway 7, as they really go for gold in many respects, because they want to achieve gold certification, which is not typical, again, of the development community. Most will do what it takes to achieve LEED certification, but to achieve gold is something that's quite outstanding. So there's a real care for the environment, a real commitment to our community for quality design. I won't tell you the list of awards the Times Group has garnered because of their quality developments. Many of them came from the town of Markham, because we recognized very early on that we had a developer that wanted to create something beautiful and not just create buildings within our community. And then finally, when we had the opportunity to sit down with Times and said, we actually asked them if they would be willing to participate in a partnership with Markham Stouffville Hospital. We had, going into the meeting, a certain amount in mind, and we stretched a little bit in the hopes that Time would respond. And I can tell you that our figure that we had originally in our minds was something quite substantially lower. So when they called us back, and I shouldn't tell you that, I guess. But when they called us back,
Right, cut that out.
when they called us back and said that we're in for $500,000, it is really a wonderful contribution. And I know that there have been others. I know that there have been others, but those people that contributed, we take nothing away from their contribution. But when you look at a corporation that has been really just a little over a decade in operation in the GTA, making this size of a contribution, I think it speaks to two things. One, their commitment to our community, and I can tell you too, their feelings about the Markham Stouffville Hospital, because they've been here and they know what a quality institution this is that delivers service to our community. So I just want to say thank you to the Times Group, and appreciate the fact that you've stepped forward, made this commitment, and I think and hope, and I'm sure that it will, inspire other corporations within the town of Markham to make as big or maybe bigger contribution as we move forward in the redevelopment of Markham Stouffville Hospital. Thank you, and this recognition today is more than well than deserved for something that you've done for our community. Thank you very much. And I'd like to invite up Suzanne Strong-Randall, who's president of the Markham Stouffville Hospital Foundation.
Frank. Thank you. I just wanted to echo all the words that have been mentioned, but to let you know that as president of the foundation, it's our mission of the foundation to raise money for this incredible hospital, to support the physicians, the nurses, and all the healthcare professionals in what they do. One of the favorite parts of my job is celebrating generosity like this one Times Group and your family as a very, very small token of our appreciation for the investment that you've made in healthcare in this community. We'd like to present you with a copy of the ad that was published on Saturday announcing this wonderful gift. And I'd also like to invite you to actually to the unveiling of the sign that we hang in honor of Times Group's generosity in diagnostic imaging. We hope will inspire others, the thousands of families and patients, as well as the staff and physicians here who see it all year, inspire them to follow your lead. Thank you very much. Dan? Thank you.
It's a great honor for me to be here this afternoon to participate in this wonderful event. Today is a great day for me. Personally, it's a great day because two of my best friends who have been contributing to our province, to our community, and to the town of Markham, to the town of Richmond Hill, to the city of Toronto for years and years by building houses, by building our communities. Now they are coming up with $500,000 donation to our beautiful hospital, Markham Stouffville Hospital. This is a great honor, this is a great pleasure, and I am really honored to be here this afternoon. And also, my pleasure becomes twice and triple because as I was leaving Queen's Park, my colleagues there, a few of them, they asked me to deliver their thanks to Times Group, to Mr. Agari, to Mr. Hadaki, and also their colleagues, the Honorable Dalton McGuinty, the Premier, and also the Minister of Health and Long-Term Care, Honorable George Smitherman. They all thank you for your contribution to our province. And I wish Times Group all success and as they move on, and I hope we'll have more of these events in the future. Today at York here, Markham Stouffville Hospital, maybe next month at York Central Hospital. This event, as I said, it's very special for me, not only as a politician from this area, York region, but and also not only because I'm close friends, I have the honor to be friends of these two gentlemen, but it is a great day for me because some of you may know that we come from the Iranian-Canadian community. This is one example that the Iranian-Canadian community is contributing to our beautiful country, Canada, to our beautiful province, Ontario. And when anything like this comes up, I really become so much proud that we as Iranian Canadians are contributing to our beautiful country, and I am personally grateful to my very sincere friends. So all the best, and wish you all success, and also for the hospital, the best delivery of service as they have been doing in the past, and I hope they will be doing in the future as well. Thank you so much. Enjoy the
Okay, and
Make sure we look at the cameras. I was told to tell you that.
1, 2, 3.
So I think a series of shots, we wouldn't mind the mayor with the three gentlemen here,
Yeah.
generous donors, and we'll start with that.
Don't go away yet.
Okay, we're done.
You need a monkey or something.
So the next group will be the vistas. Can you take all? Yes. Wonderful.
None of us have to lose weight.
Yeah.
We have wide angle lenses.